it's a wrap-up show for Dabble House. We got the crew still here running on fumes. What a weekend this has been. Holy shit, those tapes did not disappoint.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed them. They were, it was tough sitting on all that for so long.
I know.
And not even saying anything on the shows about it.
Well, every now and again, you and I would have conversations. You'd be like, oh, Carl, wait till you hear Kay say blah, 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 blah. And then I got to hear it finally for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
Yeah.
Because actually, Kate did the perfect job on this. She just let John go.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so great to be here.
Great job, Kate.
I appreciate it. You guys are going to really compensate me for this, right?
I'm grooming Kate. So I need to
You're funny, Andy.
Yeah. I thought Kate did an exceptional job, put in a lot of hours doing it, and came away with some excellent content. And really, hopefully, John has learned his lesson this time.
Yeah. He's definitely learned something from this.
Fool me thrice, DevilCon 4.
Right.
I promise there will not be a DevilCon 4 Season 3 of tapes unless I call him again.
Well, again, let's just remind everybody, Kate had moved on. She was done. The tapes were done. She wasn't talking to John anymore. John contacted family, tweeted, just did every shitty thing in the book, and then calls her out of the blue one day.
Yeah. Well, can I tell you John's side of this story?
Sure.
He claims, and I don't know the validity of this.
Go ahead.
He claims that he got a super chat on his show from a user that was not Kate, but he knew it was Kate.
Just like he knows your Lady K, based on the super chats.
Right. But I think it was also maybe a little Purple Rain reference or something in there, that because we learned today that John's saying Purple Rain, and it was a little nod to Kate. Also a giant wink to make it real subtle.
That was one of the douchiest moments in this whole weekend. There were a lot of John douche.
That was like his Carol Burnett for me.
Yeah,
you don't get that reference, Kate.
Yeah,
shut up.
Oh, my gay father told me that.
Oh, okay, well that's fair enough. But anyway, so John claims that he got a super chat from Kate, and then he's like, "Oh, I bet that was Kate." So then he texted Kate and said, "Was that you super chatting me?" And he claims that she wrote back yes, and that's how they rekindled the flame.
Sure. I don't buy it for a second.
No,
I know for a fact that his phone had changed. He had changed numbers at least twice, maybe 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, she's like, I had no idea. I would have never picked up if I knew that was him calling me. But who knows, all in all, it was a great weekend because she did pick up that call.
Yeah.
I'm curious to those of you out there, you watch this weekend, do you have a favorite moment? Do you have a favorite part of the tapes? Let us know. We're wrapping up this weekend. Thanking all of you for supporting us.
One of my favorite moments was finding out how Kate's mom feels about John.
Oh, yeah. And Fitzsimmons.
Oh, yeah. And Greg Fitzsimmons. Not fans of starting John Melendez. And of course not, because John just reaches out to them and calls them assholes and treats them like shit. But then it was so funny because John wanted to drive Kate to her mom's house to pick up her phone.
Yes. Yeah,
and Kate laughed in his face, like, "You're going to drive me to my mom's house? She wants to murder you."
I already know where my mom lives. Stop! I don't need you to do that.
I remember the one where she was talking about Fitzsimmons and John. This was really nasty. Where John couldn't understand how Fitzsimmons and her mom didn't like him based on the nasty shit he tweeted out and called. And tried to reach her grandmother and all this crazy shit to tell them all that their daughter's a mess and is going to die.
I'm the bad guy?
Right. And then he's like, well, if they're mad at me, you didn't do your job. Kid.
Yes. That was what we discovered. Was that on Dabble Point? We were playing that on Friday.
Yeah. And then she says, Fitzsimmons said at that time he would have hit you with a bat, and John hung up. He ran away.
Yeah, if they don't like me, then you didn't describe the situation correctly to them.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they don't like you because of the communication you had directly with them. It had nothing to do with Kate.
It's impressive. It's impressive. This whole weekend there were sides of John that we've only dreamed of witnessing and hearing of.
Oh, yeah. Irk pick. The Susanna three-way stuff was nuts. That was a revelation.
And the nuttiest thing about it is there's no point. Like, we didn't edit out Kate going, "Hey, tell me about the threesome. Who was the other girl with your wife?" This is all stuff he volunteered to this
Trying to get her
girl.
horny.
Yeah,
That was the craziest shit. Was the grooming stuff? I was watching
Yeah.
it. Inside Baseball. This is like a duplex, so there's a whole.
Oh shit, we've been doxxed.
There's another
God
unit
damn
next
it,
door.
Andy.
We're like watching it on a big screen TV, and Missy B and Jenny Jingles are like literally clutching pearls at a lot of the shit that John was saying to her when it comes to like just being a creep in general.
yeah.
So much shocking, creepy shit.
Oh, you
Reveal.
should have seen my girlfriend Karen. She's so hot. We would fuck
Yeah.
everywhere. When I was with
It's
Karen,
like that's not how you get girls, John. You're 60. You just have no game.
What are you talking about? Chicks love hearing that other chicks sing opera when I make them come.
yeah, I was next. Again, to Andy's point, we were next door watching that part that was near the end of Uncle Rico tonight. And I'm like, oh, this is like from a TV show or a movie or something. Like, it's not a real thing. I think one of you guys pointed out immediately.
Yeah, it's Kaylee.
Yeah, I think it was Kaylee pointed out, oh, this is from the movie blah, 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 where they sing opera.
She was telling me there's another movie, another example that he used that was stolen from a show or a movie, right, Kaylee?
Yeah, in his second.
Here, jump on the mic 2 seconds. Just say that.
In his like second example of like ways that he wants to bang in sexy ways. He said something, and I was like, "That's literally right from One Too Many." It was directly copied. It was completely shocking.
It's a story of my life.
Well, Shuli, you had just made the point also when we were talking about that. You had just said he's testing out material with Kate while also trying to bang her,
Yeah.
which was comical. But not only is he testing out material, he's reusing the material that he wrote in his shitty movie.
Right.
Completely
Well,
insane.
It checks with the lazy
Yeah.
category, you know?
Material never dies with Stuttering John. It's
No.
never time to put it to
Effort
pasture.
does. Effort
Right.
died a long time ago. Material, no.
The other great thing about the tapes, the recordings, and you guys did a great job of pulling the clips and getting the best parts, is hearing sober John talk to Kate
Yeah.
and then drunk John talk to Kate. And the difference between those two things, even in the same day.
Even on the same topic, right?
Yeah,
Like-
same topic, same day.
Like he lost his gig and he's like, "It's all over, Kate." And then there we are at night. He's going, "I mean, it's a fucking potato, Kate. How crazy is that?"
He got me fired. I'm gonna get him arrested. I was making $140 a day. Fuck that. I deserve so much more.
All over. He's like, "I'm better than this, and I'm a victim at the same time."
Yeah. He tried to pick her up by being a stud who has other options and other hot chicks who are into him.
Yeah.
And then there's another time when he's pathetic and everyone's beating him up and he's a sad sack and feels sorry for him. Couldn't figure out what angle to take.
Right,
with
or
her.
he was like doing the negging. I said negging on YouTube. We talked
Missy
about
B
her.
laughed. It was negging.
Thank
Yep.
you, thank you. Her big chin with pimples on it.
Oh, yeah.
Putting her on a website where they would range your ugly face, and
Mhm.
I think you have a normal chin.
I'm not like all the other guys. I think you look pretty.
Yeah,
Even though he's the first person that mentioned her she was a big jawed crunt, if you remember.
No
Yeah.
shit.
That's right. His
That's where it
words
came from.
His
Yeah.
wor- a lot worse than Kate Leno, if you ask me.
I have really granular questions about this event. And one of them is what made her start wanting to record this shit? Like how many conversations did she have before she said, I just have to start recording this?
For season 2,
Well, she probably was just like, anytime he calls me, I'll record. I'm going past season 1, right?
listen, Kate enjoys John like we enjoy John.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
told us this. Yeah.
Right.
That's
so,
interesting.
So now she gets a show that none of us get
Right.
on a one-on-one level.
Right.
And
Which
so,
is amazing.
Right. But he's still a clown to her, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Because that brings me to my second part of that question, which is how does she facilitate turning this over to you guys
She
to
just sent
clown
it.
it? She's just like, I love clowning this guy, and you guys are the best at clowning him.
Literally both times out of the blue,
Yeah.
a file just was texted to me.
Really?
Not
That's-
asked for.
I had
Just
I had no clue the first one. After the first one, I assumed there would never be a second one. And then the second one came, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And she's like, "He called me. I didn't reach out to him."
He did it to himself.
He did it to himself.
All this is happening now because
But
he did it to himself.
Another rake.
Andy, I want to answer your first question. You
Yeah.
familiar with Chuck Klosterman, the author?
Yes.
Phenomenal author. Read his books. They're great. He talked about, and this is like 15 years ago, he talked about how, imagine if there was a movie that was made that you saw that no one else saw. And it's this amazing movie and no one sees it but you. And that's what video games are. Video games are, you create this thing that no one else will ever see. What Kate was doing is she was watching the Stuttering John show that was just made just for her. And that's what she told us. She goes, she was talking to me and Shuli. She's like, could you imagine, you guys like watching Stuttering John and clowning him. Imagine if he was doing that just for you. And I think that's what gave her the idea that I should be recording this. This is the Stuttering John. Like everything he's saying to her is shit that no one else is seeing that everyone would be loving in the Dabbleverse. And she's like, I should be recording this. And she was right.
And anybody
Kate's got
that's
some good
ever,
ideas.
anybody that's ever tried to like diminish her involvement or whatever, that's squashed, because her deciding to do that is legendary.
And we're talking content in the Dabbleverse.
Hall of Fame.
Nobody's touching Kate.
Right.
I mean, there will be a time when we have to decide who are the Hall of Famers. I don't know if she's first ballot.
Dabbler of the year.
Oh, it could be Dabbler of the year for sure. Yes.
I think you start making that statue in front of the goddamn.
See, I see
Dabbler
Kate
Hall
more
of
like
Fame.
Jesus Christ who died for our sins.
Yes.
She's the one who she was on the cross for everybody here.
Right.
She sacrificed herself to make our lives better.
She did. Her whole family got involved in this shit because of this fucking idiot, and she
got nailed all right.
She did, and she did it again. Good for her.
We do have a couple of chats.
Sure.
Who? Where?
Dang lizard. Oh.
Thank you, Kate Meany, for your sacrifice. Job well done, everyone.
Oh, like we were just talking about.
That's
Big
weird.
Daddy Dodo. Thank
Let's
you, buddy.
go.
So weird.
Thank you. Great shows, everyone. Thank you, Bill.
Thanks,
Thank
Bill.
you for the 19 months.
I don't know which channel that is, though.
Okay.
Thank you either way.
Yeah,
We're all
come
friends
on.
here.
Will the tapes be available for everyone now? No.
No. this is for people who purchased Dabble House. It's still available.
Yep.
By the way, all the shows are up there.
Yes.
The Uncle Rico show that just happened is already processed. You can go back and watch it on demand. And everyone who purchased it at dabblecon.live has access to it. And anyone who wants to purchase it still can. It's available for you. All the shows.
Love the shows this weekend. Kate Meany is my hero. Do you think STDJ will release another statement regarding these tapes? Skull.
In
Yes.
a chat somewhere, probably.
Yeah, right.
Well, there's a lot of like this might be he needed something to really bring him back, and I think this is one of those things that he's not going to be able to resist.
But what do you come back with? What do you say after this?
Well, he doesn't know shame. He always comes back from this shit.
Yeah,
He always has an excuse and a reason.
but this one's different because mom is holding the
yeah.
cards. So does he want to come back and fight and yell and scream and call?
Mom, will you die already so I can call out the shit with you?
Johnny, I'm not going anywhere.
He's one number away from calling my dad, and his mom just walks by and goes, put it down. Down, John.
I think that he will do something. I think he'll
He
have
has
to come
to.
back from this.
He has to. It might be another pussy statement again, but we'll see. Thank you, Eugene.
No, we haven't read this one yet.
Oh, love the shows this week. Yeah, I did. Kate Meany's my hero. Pay attention, dude, will you?
All right.
that might have been different.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Shuli was right. Stuttering John is a groomer. Had fun, y'all.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't like throwing labels on people, but when I do, it sticks. What sign are you again, Kate? Kate, I'm a Leo. Yeah, whatever. He's a malignant groomer, and he worked with kids. Yeah, that is wild. But he wasn't allowed to hug them. The tapes lived up to the hype, and the film festival was amazing.
Yes.
Is Stuttering John going to be the subject of an upcoming creep-off?
Not a bad idea. What about creepiest dabbler?
Ooh.
Could be a category for us.
Ooh.
I nominate Stuttering John.
Yeah.
Carl, after
I
what
can
I
think of another one.
what I heard tonight, it's Hall of Fame level.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a creep off Hall of Fame.
He was so disgusting hitting on her. Everything about it I was disgusted. So possibly Hall of Fame.
Wow. That's saying something. He'd be
Yeah.
in there with Vince McMahon.
Vinny Paulino was clutching his pearls tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I never.
But Rumpled Trenchcoat brings up a good point. The film festival that we did this afternoon.
Home run, man.
I was blown away. The winner won by 1 vote, and it blew me away. But there were so many good movies tonight.
Yeah.
And we did play Barnes and Noob's submission. We just had the wrong person attached to it.
Shit! Okay, because people were like, "Where's Barnes and Noobs?"
Yeah, we apologize to Barnes and Noobs. It was the contradiction clip with John with
that's
the
classic
homophobic
Barnes and
slurs.
Noobs.
Yes.
The homophobic slurs one was great.
And it was a fantastic job. And thank you, Barnes and Noobs. We're all big fans of yours. Sorry
Yes.
about the mix-up. It was Joe's fault.
Yeah. If it's any consolation, that wasn't going to win.
The
anyway.
great Adam Bush, man. Magneto is gone too soon, too cruelly. Kate Meany stayed. She made it right. Hashtag justice for Magneto. Yeah.
Thank you, Adam.
I can't wait to hear his thoughts on this weekend
know.
and these tapes. Fuck Sauce Dabbler, as a guy who has had to work to get laid at a time
or two,
yeah, never has it crossed my mind to bring up other women I've been with. Someone's kid brother getting run over by a car. The girl I'm talking to's dead gay dad. Skull, boys.
All of those things are ways that John tried to hit on Kate Meany.
He threw all of those out.
Your
yeah.
dad would have loved me.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's crazy.
Your dog would have loved me too. When did he die? Frank, the super sticker god with 50. Thank you
you.
very much, Frank. Really appreciate it. For season 1, she started recording after he called her garden tool, aka a hoe. Yeah, again,
That's right.
he can sit here and tell you that he didn't draw first blood, but he always draws first blood.
That's right. He felt a little slight, and so he started calling her a whore and
Yep.
all this shit. She's just like, all right. Well,
And that's when he started making fun of her chin and her arms, right, Frog?
That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it with me, but obviously we've all
Yeah,
seen that
he started
clip
making fun of
100
her. Uncle Rico made it funny.
Right. That's why we started the Kate Leno.
Of course.
Yeah. And Kate, who I've talked to many times about it, loved it. Thought it was hilarious.
It was funny.
She had a great
Should
sense of
bring it
humor.
back.
Poor Susanna and those poor kids. A lot of truth come out about how awful he is to them out of spite. Yeah, again, I've heard they've all turned their back on him. None of them communicate with him.
All right, a little spoiler about the tapes. He came out and basically said his evil ex-wife turned them on him, which tells me what we all already knew, that they are not in communication anymore.
And again, none of his actions,
It's not his fault.
right?
He has an evil ex-wife who did that to him.
Right. You're the hero of your own story, even if it's as terrible as this.
Yeah.
And as we've seen from the tapes tonight, you'll see when you order your DabbleCon ticket. What happens is he brings it up. Like they're having a conversation, and all of a sudden he starts talking about his family again. So he's the guy who initiates him. He was talking to the guy with the Ukraine Black Poppy at his comedy show. He goes, "Yeah, my kid's trans."
Yeah.
Like, out of nowhere, the guy's just like, "Can I have an autograph?"
Yeah, right.
Something, So, John, stop talking about your fucking family, and maybe people won't start talking about your family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mike P, go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills, Mike.
MVP.
Takedown DDT. Speaking of the Poppy.
Executive producer for the
yes.
weekend for us. Thank you.
Fantastic weekend. Exceeded expectations. Looking forward to the next in-person DabbleCon. Big thank you to Vinny. Yes, Paulino rules.
VINNY. You got that right.
And thank you, Takedown, for being an EP, man. All the EPs this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. John crossed me hard, and it was my pleasure to drive down here to drive this steak into his bloated corpse heart.
Here, here.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to tell you to put that up. These are the executive producers for the weekend. These people who helped us make this happen. There was a lot of moving parts. Everyone had to travel into to Florida to all get together to do the show, which made it special and unique. And of course, we had the meetup at Stevie Tomatoes on Thursday night, which was fantastic. But
excellent turnout too. Man.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
South Jersey Jim, DJ Q, Dr. Steve, the Smoking Lesbo, Mint Salad, Tim McD, Takedown DDT, the Professor Jad Allen, Andrew Butcher, Dan from Chicago, Rumpled Trenchcoat, a Columbo podcast, KJ, JMax479, and Quincy Magoo. Thank you all for helping us produce the show this weekend.
Congrats on a successful event. Justice for Magneto. Dang, your video
Dude, dang, Lizard put together a video that was
was wild,
It's a
man.
fever
It was
dream.
great. That was really
I
good.
still don't know what to make of it. It's
I
great.
love that one.
best endings of all the videos.
Yeah.
Yes, one of the best endings of all the videos. Agreed. Thank you, Dang. Frank with another $49.99. You son of a bitch. Love you, pal. Breaking news: did Stuttering John kill his ex account? Yeah, that happened a few days
We
ago,
believe
right?
so, yep.
Really? It's not even just private? It's just gone?
No,
Gone.
it was gone. Once we got closer to the
But
tapes,
not deleted because you can't get the handle.
Okay.
we tried.
I
So how's Frog's liver?
I'm good.
I was surprised. He was okay today.
Yeah, I was the first one up this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah. At 12:30 p.m.
yeah. First one up, going. My tummy feels icky.
I did use the word.
Who touched my butthole last night?
Kate deserves a role in the new Avengers. Amazing. She did an amazing job,
She's
man.
great.
I can't thank her enough. Simpsons game, clearly the highlight of the
Oh,
weekend.
Troy.
I'm with
Wow.
Troy on that.
Shots fired.
No, Troy's a friend.
Too
he
soon,
means
Troy.
that sincerely.
Too soon, Troy. You bang LA hotties in mobile.
Oh, God. Yeah.
What a
$2
great-
million mobile.
The last girl that John had sex with, he had sex with her in her mobile home. And when Kate laughed at that, he goes, "It's $1 million mobile home in the Palisades."
So funny. Remind me after we're off the air to show you the picture of that broad. I don't want to put it on. I don't want to put it on there out of respect to her, but
Sounds good.
it looks like she should be laid in a coffin. It's the craziest thing ever.
Oh, my God. He is so obsessed with like chicks' bodies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we heard about the Costa Rican girl
Right.
down here in Cape Coral,
Right.
and he was bragging about that. Then he's talking to Kate, and apparently her face was pugly.
Pugly. Well, he said her body was great, but her
Yep.
face was pugly. Some would call that a butterface.
Yeah.
Some would say fugly.
Fugly would make more sense to me. What does pugly mean?
She resembles a pug in some way.
Possibly.
Isn't Pugly the kids from the Addams family?
Pugsley.
Oh, Pugsley. That would even make more sense than puggy.
You know, one of the
Or
things
pugly.
now, I'm not Kate, and she did a better job than I would have stringing John along, getting him
Yeah.
to say all these things. But one of the follow-up questions I would have had if I were Kate to a lot of things John said is, what do you mean by that? There were so many things John said that she just goes, okay. I would be like, wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean she was pugly?
Elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate on that last statement, please.
And then just put the phone down, go do whatever you got to do, and come back 20 minutes later.
She can listen to it later.
Yeah.
just
yeah.
have a soundboard giggling every like 20 seconds. You wouldn't know.
Mike Morris joining us. Mike, you have a favorite?
I do. I actually wrote it down. So
Oh, I
wouldn't,
like that.
Yes. So my favorite clip. Why
Yeah.
you want the quote or the clip first?
Give me the clip first.
Right. My favorite clip was him blaming Cardiff for the kids being on camera.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. The Zoom
That-
court debacle.
Yeah. Just that particular thing where he put them on the camera,
Right.
literally.
Because he did it during class.
Yes.
Right.
But Cardiff put my kids on camera on the TV.
Yep.
No, he showed you that you did it.
Right.
And also Cardiff never showed
Right,
that video.
actually showed it,
Literally
right.
never showed it, and he was acting like he did.
Yeah. That's John in a
Well,
nutshell.
it became a part of the telemarketing script.
Right.
It doesn't have to be real. It just has to fit into
Carl
the
put my
script.
book on Patreon. Cardiff put the kids
Yep.
on the internet. Right?
Yep.
I blame Cardiff for most things.
Yeah.
He
no,
is a piece
I'm,
of shit,
I'm not
man.
defending
That
that.
potato.
Fucking
Just throw him
scumbag.
under the bus all the time.
So I do have two quotes that I can't decide which is my favorite.
Go ahead.
And this, I like this one because it references a joke he's been doing for years and years, and he still fucked it up. He went from the cover of Wheaties to the cover of Fruit Loops.
The cover. Don't judge a cereal by its cover.
Cover. What a fucking dummy.
That's good.
But then this one is good, and Zen will like this one. He's using the N word like it's water.
Splashing the underwear under his armpits to freshen up.
I love it.
Good stuff.
What do you got, Frog? Let's go. Mexican Jew, it's Saturday night. Here's a dub for the group shot. Patron for everyone.
See, senor.
We even have shots?
I don't know, but this is High Noon tequila grapefruit flavored. So that's
Ooh,
close, right?
Careful, it doesn't hurt your pussy.
Don't worry about my pussy, asshole.
Nobody likes onions.
Hey.
Congrats on the great weekend, fellas. Dabble House gave me a great idea for another Steel Toe spinoff. Piggy Pad coming
Yes,
soon.
I'm in. Let's
right.
go. I got fired from this little piggy yesterday because I wasn't there, but maybe they'll have me back for that.
I like it. Thank
Hackmania.com.
Mhm.
Promo code WATP.
Yeah, or promo code. Oh no, fuck him. Promo code WATP. Fuck you.
All right.
Come,
Or Kaylee.
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 Cayley.
Promo code Kaylee. Talk her into at
Or
least
Creep.
or creep. Creep.
But he's just shooting daggers at me.
Easy. All right. So yeah, I think I was worried at one point that we weren't going to get through all the calls. That because
There was a lot.
there
during
was a
Uncle
lot.
Rico.
We were 2 hours and change in, and I could feel people. Zen started losing his mind and babbling.
Started.
It was getting tense. It was getting tense. But I'm looking at the track listings, and I'm like, these last 5 are just gonna bring this home. You
Yeah.
know, the part where she asked him about what are we gonna watch when I go out there.
Yeah, we're gonna cuddle and watch movies.
Yeah, which he immediately starts stammering.
He got flustered by
But
it.
Really?
I'm so glad you rewound that and played it again because I was like, wait, what noises was he just making? He didn't form a single word for 20 seconds.
And then from that to just fucking dissecting the entire family.
Well, okay, so I was actually analyzing this next door when you guys were talking about that. So he went back to talk about Almost Famous
Right.
and watching it with his kids as if it was yesterday. We
Right.
know it's 10 years ago, but as if
Right.
it was yesterday. He's watching this movie with his kids, and his kids loved it. And I realized something. John loves that movie because John is the Almost Famous guy.
Yeah.
The rock star,
Right.
had the record deal, was supposed to break. He was going to be the next big thing.
I am the golden god.
Yeah. So in John's mind, great movie.
Right.
The kids are going to be scientists. They don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about this guy's in a rock band. He's like, my kids loved this movie. I doubt it.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Lily about
Right.
Almost Famous. She's like, yeah, I don't know. I think I saw it. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure in that household, you learn at an early age. If you disagree with him, you're going to have a 5-hour argument. So you go, yeah,
Right.
that's the best movie I've ever seen.
Thanks, Dad, for showing me this movie
Yes.
you had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
It's like the kid in the court, the Twilight Zone. If you don't say the right thing, you go in the cornfield. You're
Yeah.
like, yes, that was great.
But in
Right when
that
that
scenario, Kate Hudson is Kate Meany, and the little Rolling
Mm.
Stone kid is Carl, writing down all the notes that she's telling him about how weird Billy Crubb's dick is and what all that fucking shit.
They let me in too close. I got too close.
That's great. Oh, that's a good pull.
Yeah, so many fun. So we did Point Dabble Point,
Yeah.
and Adam Bush was on with us, and we went behind the paywall for the second hour. We started playing the Kate Meany call, and then we went on Who Are These Podcasts, and we played a bunch more Kate Meany calls. And I was thinking, is there going to be
Enough.
enough for Uncle Rico? And this is like the big event to end the weekend. And I couldn't believe what you had for Uncle Rico tonight. There was too much content.
Yeah.
We had too much content to get to.
I think we learned from season 1 to just sit on it. There was no, we all agreed early on, nothing's getting played. I think we played 3 clips, maybe max, maybe 4. And they were, just something to let people know, hey, this is happening again. Like there's more.
Yeah.
But the toughest part was not to be able to go on every night and go, you have no fucking idea what
Yeah.
we're sitting on right
That's
now.
true because when I haven't been in the loop on a lot of the planning, justifiably so. That's fine, but
Of the game show or of this?
anything ever like from now and from the past and going forward. But what I didn't understand was because DabbleCon 2 was not that long ago, and when you guys announced this, I was like, why is it coming up so quick?
Right.
And you guys just were so excited about this content. Now that it's out there, it makes sense, but you just couldn't sit on it because it was so
because we
explosive.
a little peek behind the scenes. We did DabbleCon 2 in August. we had a date for DabbleCon 3 in August,
Right.
That was ready for us. And Shuli and I had a conversation. We're like, no, we got to do this before August.
It's
this
too long.
This is
Too
gotta happen.
good.
Yeah.
It's too good to sit on it for that.
GSN is dying. We're not going to make it to August.
I will never forget when you called and you were like, "Hey, listen, I want to talk to you about DabbleCon 3."
Yeah.
And then you go, he called her again and she takes it. I spit coffee all over my desk. I couldn't fucking believe it. I walked into Mark's office like, "Hey, listen, I don't think we're gonna do this thing in August. This is this is crazy."
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're like, you got Joe List? All right, cancel him. We got to get DabbleCon 3.
Yeah, there were a few people that I texted. I let them know, this is and all their responses were like, "Are you fucking kidding me? What an idiot!" Kumia was like, "What a fucking idiot."
I mean, again, if this was a movie, you'd just be like, well, this person doesn't exist.
Yeah, this is a
It's not
movie
realistic.
scenario.
It's not realistic enough. That
Right.
I would fall for this again. It's
Right.
stupid.
You can't cut it open and crawl inside a tauntaun. That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe if it's a Dumb and Dumber reboot, then you go, okay, all right.
All right. Yeah, I mean, again, props to Kate, man. Great stuff. Jad Allen, the professor, another one of our executive producers this weekend. Thank you, Jad. Great stuff all around, fellas. And kudos to Vinny for keeping everything running smoothly.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is not easy. And Vinny pulled it off. Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs is less creepy than Stuttering John. Wow. I want to talk to Kaylee about, because she was here for a lot of the tapes and basically heard all of them. And now you've had time to kind of think about this. Like, what's your.
I don't ever want to think about it again.
Yeah.
No, you guys have already hit all of the really big moments for me, but I will also say that just listening to him describe female anatomy was
Oh
not
my
something that I
God.
ever do not ever do that. And that was how he was trying to woo Kate.
Yeah.
He was
This
describing
chick's vagina was so weird. It's shaped like a Z.
It wasn't even the lips and the hair
The
and the
pubic
Z.
hairs, it was hanging down.
Harry Potter.
He
Like,
was
what's going
describing-
on?
He was describing his girlfriend using the bathroom.
Yeah, it was like the
Peeing
worst.
in a toilet.
Yeah,
You're
how
like,
do you
what?
how do you get that view? That view doesn't make any sense.
I put the camera on this certain position.
Yeah, well, you have to stare. I mean, if you don't want to look in, you would like, oh, she's peeing. All right, But he's like,
Yeah, he's down on the ground
Yeah.
like a soldier crouched down. But I learned a lot about this other girlfriend that he had
Yeah.
in LA.
Yeah.
He doesn't really talk about it in the show, obviously, but she's fucking hot. She's got a hot body. And they were fucking, and then they were fucking all the people, and then they got together and started fucking again.
The chefs are walking by. Chefs. A fucking garbage person. Yeah, that was the chick that. And then don't forget, I like this one. If he could go back and do it all over again,
Oh God,
he
this
wouldn't.
was so bad.
He wouldn't pick Suzanne, which means he wouldn't have his kids.
Right.
He went with Karen because she was kinky.
If I had a time machine, I would dump my wife. What an asshole.
Well, I'm sure it makes sense if your wife did something awful to you.
Yeah.
And you go back in time and say, I wish I'd never met this
Right.
woman. I get that. But she didn't.
She suffered through him.
She let him fuck one of her friends and joined in. And this guy's like, I got tired of eating pizza every night.
If you believe that story, I
True.
don't. John
Yeah.
claims he lied a lot to Kate Meany. I think that was one of the lies.
True.
I love the idea that we had a revelation that One Too Many is a documentary.
Yes.
Like that is an
Yeah.
exciting moment. I don't even know if I care if that's true or not. It was just crazy to hear it.
He's not a creative guy. He's not going to write something that.
Right.
Yeah,
has
he can't. He doesn't have
experience.
new material.
Right.
I do believe it because I think, as we saw, he chips away at a woman's self-esteem, and that's what he wanted. If you really love me, you would do this. You're not that hot where you can't let me do what I want to do. Boom, 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 for a few years until it's
Right.
like, all right, I'll fuck somebody with you.
It's just a wearing down.
Yeah.
You know?
The most disturbing thing to me was that he was trying to bang her in his mom's house.
Oh, in his mom's bed, in his mom's room.
This was the best. She's like, John, what am I going to do? Come to your mom's house? And she's like, Yeah, that's how I lost my virginity.
She goes, in the same bed? He goes, no, not the same bed. It would be in the master bedroom.
It's not even
Which-
in the same century.
Right.
Let's talk about that.
They don't make water beds anymore.
That was fucking creepy
Uh,
as hell.
Timothy pulled into work but laughed when I could watch. Thanks, crew. Thank you,
Yeah,
Tim.
Tim
Thank
McD
you.
was one of the executive producers.
Thank you
this
so
weekend.
much.
Thank you, buddy.
Really appreciate
Hell
the
yeah.
support, man. Great job exposing Drunky as a true male beta. Way to go. I mean, it's really just Kate, you know. We're just here to kind of do the play-by-play on it. But she's the one who did the hard work.
What else did we do this weekend? We watched John in Wings,
Oh, boy.
something we can't do on YouTube for copyright reasons. And I'm not familiar with the sitcom Wings, and I realized that was smart on my part.
It's amazing that Tony Shalhoub got anything after that.
I know.
You
I
know?
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, all those guys.
But John's character was a loser who lives with his mom and has no social skills and no friends. So I feel like he was typecast. on
And
this
is a
one.
scammer.
And is a
Yeah.
scammer, yeah. And is constantly yelling at his mom. Yeah. And a lot of similarities
Yeah,
there.
it was interesting.
Yeah, Wings was fun to watch. I mean, and then Leno, his first time on Leno, his first night on Leno, and he's in the audience already. He's not even on stage. And then came the Stunt Boy bits, which again, the second night they did.
They humiliated them on the second night.
The second night they did a documentary burying him 6 feet under.
Yeah.
Just everybody was just dunking on him for like his neighbors. Yeah, we thought he was an asshole.
Yep.
The guys at the deli, unbelievable.
Which that thing was made before he started, right? Like they knew he
Sure.
was hired. They
Right.
they came up with the idea. So already the guy hasn't done one minute of work there as his job as the announcer, and they go, "Let's fucking bury this piece of shit." That should let you know how thrilled
favorite-
Leno was.
My favorite part. So it's day 2 of John as the announcer, and Jay goes, "Hey, so how many people don't know who Stuttering John is?" What? The entire crowd. You guys don't know who this guy is? They never heard of him. That had to be a nice blow to the old ego.
Oh man.
I'd
poor
walk
guy.
out of here if I wasn't surrounded by people in the fourth row.
If I was on the aisle, I'd leave.
I gotta wait for a stoppage and play, and then I'm out of here.
Go ahead there. Real BK. Okay, fellas, I'm in. I admit I was skeptical after the last DabbleCon. Shame on me. I just made the buy and will catch up as quickly as possible. It's yours now for good.
Yes,
You can watch it anytime. You could,
Thank
show
you
it
for
to
doing
people.
that.
And thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Also, I'll just make a quick statement for people who did buy and were watching. We did have a little bit of an echo problem going on when we were watching the film festival.
Yes.
We uploaded another version of that video with the audio all cleaned up. So if anyone wants to go back and rewatch that, if you're getting the stream now, there's a
Echo
version-
free.
The version on there, it says better audio or something like that on there. You can find it.
Yes.
Because there are some fantastic films made
Yeah.
by Dabblers, and we knew that would happen. A very creative bunch.
Everybody is so talented in this universe. This
Not
is
everybody, but a bunch of them.
All right, listen, you.
The Simpsons game was a thing.
Andy took that one personally.
I wasn't talking about it.
He goes, not everybody. And he's like, look, I didn't have time.
Maybe next time an O.J. Simpson game. Maybe that would be
Can we please close the show with a single screen of Kaylee on a pogo stick asking for a friend?
Yeah, get me a pogo stick right now, and then yes.
All right.
Pretend you have one.
Right. Oh, Kaylee, if I had a pogo stick right now.
I actually brought one in my pants.
when you see my pogo stick.
I'll introduce you to my mother while you're on the pogo stick. You're going to love it.
Dude, his quote was, you come over, you can see everything's perfectly normal.
That killed you. That broke you.
Yeah.
You'll see with your own eyes that everything here is stable and normal.
It's a fucking stable already.
Stable.
It's a stable.
I mean, I got news for you. If you got to tell somebody that when you get here, you'll see my life is normal, your life's not normal.
Yeah, yeah.
I should be able to notice that without having to come over to your house.
Oh.
Imagine tell someone that.
Oh my god.
You'll see my Uncle Festa.
Yeah, and this whole using your family to woo this girl, like I've never heard of anything.
You're gonna
like
love
that.
my brother Roy. You're gonna love him. What about your sister? She's a bitch.
Yeah. She's evil. I don't talk to her anymore either.
Yeah. I don't phone with my sister. I'm pretty sure that's a direct quote.
I mean, unless somebody's famous in your family, I don't see you using your family as a flex to anyone.
right.
I
No,
mean,
that's down the line, right? You get, you
when you know it's serious, you
Yeah.
introduce her to her family, but not because you think it's going to win her over and make her want to give you a blowjob.
That was what he was hoping for. He's
Right.
begging for it.
Yeah.
He's offering to pay her money.
That was also another creepy thing, is he was willing to pay her $100 to get on a train and come to Long Island to spend no sex, nothing. I'm paying you
I'm
$100.
on my period, John.
Yeah. No wonder he's so bad with money. $100 to come over here and not fuck me.
and then I'll drive you up to your mother, even though
Yeah.
I paid you so I don't have to drive.
Yeah. His argument was, I don't want to get gas. It costs me money in gas, so just come here to me.
But when he was, and there was a lot of grooming going on that we were pointing out.
Blow jobs and hand jobs.
That's I was just gonna say. He's like, now, Kate, let me explain something to you. I realize you're on the rag, but there's still pleasure that can be had. Like for me.
You know what it reminded me of? Remember the old NAMBLA messages that Howard used to play?
Oh, okay. Howard used to play.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were talking about meetings.
I saw the shirt. I thought, sorry. Yeah, but there would be a part where they're like, a relationship, or like they were trying to fucking make it okay.
Oh, actually, I know exactly what he's talking about. We watched on the Creep Off. Yes.
Who?
There's a guy named Lyle in a movie called Chicken Hawk. You can find
Yes.
it online. They made a movie. NAMBLA produced it to try to make them look normal.
Normal, yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, and
They just came off as creepy, like John.
Spoiler.
Right. That's exactly how John came up. You know, the beautiful thing about a hand job or a blow job is how much it gives, and how much enjoyment it gives to one of us.
The worst part about that section was both of you just described that, and both of you described it more eloquently. Like I would be more likely to fall for the bullshit that you both just spewed than the stuff that he did.
Really?
Yeah.
So what I was saying was like a hand job.
Yeah.
You
And
could spit,
what does that
you could
do
spit
for-
on your hand
Oh,
first, you
okay.
know?
All right, I'll take my $100.
We call that a wet hand job where I come from.
Moist, if you're into that word.
Girls love that.
Like, they hate that.
Oh,
word.
they do?
Hi. Oh, wait. What does it say? He can groom Kate, but can't groom himself.
Yeah. The only thing he's grooming is young women.
Oh,
Well done,
boy.
Troy.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that, man, I'm just thinking back to so much stuff. The how to pick up chick section, where or his turnoffs. Chick had a van. She had a white van. And I
Right.
was like, it's a white van. Like
You're not allowed to have that low of standards, John.
yeah,
just take it.
him
Right.
of all people.
But he
How
said,
about she's- Go ahead, Mike.
well, because she played pickleball, which you need a paddle.
Yeah. She had a white van for all of her pickleball gear.
Yeah.
What do you got, Frog?
I was going to say, how about when Kate's talking about how she's trying to get a job at Sirius through Greg Fitzsimmons, and he's just giving her all the reasons
Oh,
she's
yeah.
not good enough to do it.
Oh, you're going to be an associate producer? Oh, okay. I mean, it's like an internship, but all right. You want to be an associate producer? What does that pay? Like $35,000 a year. Okay.
Oh, Greg's gonna hook you up. I got a bridge to sell you.
Yeah, he was so
What a dick.
belittling to that. And yet, $35,000 a year, that's why that number came out. It's because that's what John was making at the Howard Stern show.
Well, and he's talking that way to a stranger. You know, he took that same approach with his kids.
Oh, yeah.
When they probably came to
Absolutely.
him with something, and he would just fucking shit on them and shoot it down immediately.
Yeah, there was more talk about the trans kid having issues mentally, which came up in season 1. It came up again in season 2.
Right after he said, "I can't believe you did that," and then repeated the same things about his son.
And again, the son is older than Kate Meany. I don't know anything about being 16 trying to fuck a 25-year-old, but I'm not bringing up my kid who's 30. That's something I'm not going to talk a lot about. if I'm
Yeah.
trying to pull that off.
Yeah.
Talking about another woman's gash while she's peeing is probably also a good topic to avoid.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Yeah.
That one wasn't
Yeah.
the best.
But I know from season 1 that his daughter was not happy about the stuff he was tweeting about Kate and the fact that this thing was going on with Kate. So the fact that this is happening again, and now he's talking about the kids again, he's even revealing the shit they talk about each other.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So like this dude's just he's unbelievable.
My-
Unreal.
My
And
kid's
what
an elitist. What can I tell you?
and what do you get out of it? What did you get out of that? Like why would you do that?
No, he was drawing her into his personal. If I reveal this, it's nothing about me. I'm not going
Right.
to reveal my real stuff. But if I reveal very embarrassing personal stuff about, not embarrassing, but personal stuff about the people around me, it's like, oh, you could trust me. We can
Yeah.
cuddle.
It's like he's showing off to her that he's a backstabber and a pussy, and he's like, now she's all mine. Now I got her in the palm of my hand.
That was another takeaway for me. John is not a stutterer. We learned this recently on WATP. My buddy Johnny Marlowe sent me over a clip of the very first time that John was ever on the Howard Stern show. And it was Mitch Patel's last day. And they go, hey, here's the new intern who's taking over for you. John, I heard you have a stutter. And he just sat down and just talked to Howard normally. And Howard's like, oh, this is disappointing. I thought you stuttered. And then John went, oh, no, I do stutter. I was like,
Wow.
oh, this has always been fake.
Right.
And you learn that John would stutter in front of celebrities because he was nervous in front of celebrities. So he would stammer. And then we find out that anytime sex is brought up, he gets real nervous. And the stutter and the stammer comes out when they're talking about anything that has to do with like maybe hooking up at some point. Well, it literally can't just be like, yeah, we can cuddle on the couch. Oh, they couldn't form a fucking word after that.
It's like a movie where the hot chick shows up and looks at the nerdy guy, and the nerdy guy just yeah. Yeah.
It's like Porky Pervert.
I want to fuck you.
Oh my god. What do you got there?
What do we got?
Kaylee, did you burn your chest suntanning? I'd bring lotion to help, but I'm hundreds of miles away.
Yes,
I'll
did.
take care of it, jail order. Thank you, though.
Leo, Shutter Island.
Leo and Shutter Island has a better grasp on reality. Listen, you know what? He's happy. Let him be happy in this reality.
Yeah.
How about his tour of police stations that he's going to go on?
That was really funny too, because Kate just like, okay, Johnson, what are you going to do? You're going to tell them that they have to arrest someone in Alabama and someone in New Jersey and someone in Tampa? And he's like, well, yeah, that's a start.
Well, Kate,
it's some paperwork.
The law is tricky, Kate.
He was literally talking to her. This is a weird prank too. I'm going to get Chad and Shuli and Kevin Brennan arrested.
Yeah, or
Was
at
there
least a
fourth
restraining order.
Yeah.
At Cardiff.
In Cardiff. That's right. Yeah, Cardiff. Oh, yeah. The problem with getting Cardiff arrested was he didn't know where his address was.
Yeah. The guy using the potato mask might be using a VPN.
Do you even know where he lives? He's like, no. You don't even know what his name is.
I think on a farm. I'm not sure. It's a potato. How many places could it be? It's not in a high rise, for fuck's sake.
Start in Idaho.
I know. I was going to say he never even threw out an Idaho joke to Kate Meany and missed opportunity. In my opinion.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I love that he's like, I'm bringing the thumbnail. I'm bringing the picture of the.
Oh, that's right. You too. Yeah, that was your thing. It was a thumbnail.
Yeah. Well, but his biggest mistake is telling people what bothers them, especially us. Don't ever tell us what bothers you, because that's going to be it from here on out.
All right, cool. Because Zen made a couple jokes about my socks
Oh,
this weekend, and so
That wasn't the joke you want to make fun of him about. Yeah.
not cool, man. Never again. It's fucked up.
I'm sorry, you're talking about your sucks?
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Dude, what the fuck? Boo! What
Shots
the
fired.
God damn it!
Shots
You
fired.
were right. You were right, Shuli. You do pick on things you find out
That's
bothers
right.
people.
That's right. Down, Simba. Down. All right. What was the other thing I wanted to bring up here? Then we got to wrap things up. We got to start packing all this shit up.
We literally have to be out of here in hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so if you were going to fuck with us and send us takeout food, now's the time. If you really want to fuck with us, send us pizza.
teach us a lesson, guys.
Yeah, teach us a lesson right now.
Yeah, the Zoom thing we talked about, singing Purple Rain we talked about, what his turnoffs, the sex stories.
The sex stories. Holy shit. So he said, and this is how bad John isn't lying. I've had sex with thousands of women.
thousands.
Like you should start high and then be like, oh, let me be more modest.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be like, I've had sex with like 3 women. You know, that would make more sense. Like, all right, he's probably had sex with like 2 chicks if you said that. But if you say hundreds and thousands, I'm thinking half dozen.
Right.
If that.
Right. But I don't think any woman, when a guy says, I've had even sex with hundreds of women, that's not a good thing.
It was confusing because, as we all know, he's a hypocrite. So he
Right.
kept saying, I don't want you to have had sex with anybody else, but also you need to be absolutely amazing at giving out handies and blowies. But in addition to that, also, I've banged everybody on the face of the planet.
I don't care who you fuck. I don't care. Did you bang him?
Yeah.
Tell me, did you bang him? You lying to me?
Yeah.
You're not lying to me, are you? Did you bang him? How do you know where he lived? Kate?
So
I don't
what?
care. So what? You passed. Who cares?
What? People think I went in your shit pipe. Who cares?
oh my God. Yeah, that's the biggest
He
thing.
literally said that. Who cares if I fucked you in the ass?
Yeah.
Kate wanted him to go online because he was implying that they had slept together
Yep.
after their date or the night of their date. And Kate goes, hey, can you let everyone know that we didn't sleep together? I never fucked you. And he goes, I'm not going to do that because what's the difference? What difference would it make if I cleared the air? Why do you care?
The story's fine the way it is, Kate. You're making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah, right. Like it was her problem.
I
all of a sudden.
know.
Like,
It really
oh,
was.
so I'm telling all my friends that I fucked you, and you got a problem with that just because you didn't?
He really did approach it that way.
He
where it's
did.
just like, that's kind of what do you
next
care?
level.
That's a you thing. You,
Next level asshole. Right
Pegleg, thank you, Pegleg. Did Kate ever have other people with her during the calls? If so, what was the largest amount? I don't think so.
I think she had. Didn't she say, or didn't we hear that whenever he was driving on the road trip and they were on FaceTime, that maybe she had other people with her at that
Well,
time?
I know one time when remember that picture got leaked of
Right,
him in the
yeah,
car with
that's
the
that
cat in the
time,
back seat, roaming free. That was during one of their FaceTimes, and she told me that she was with a few girlfriends.
Oh,
And
yeah. They
she
were
showed them
loving it.
John, and John's like driving with the cat. He's going, "Go!" And they're all laughing at him, and he's like, "I'm killing."
I know. I was talking earlier about how this was like a show for one person.
Yeah.
But no, there were other people sometimes. You're just like, oh, hey, guess who's calling me? John. They all gather like, oh, look at this idiot.
Yeah, season 2 was a solo mission. Kate went in,
Yeah.
like a boss, like a ninja. Just got what you needed and got the hell out of there.
Yeah. We learned a lot about how Kate's family feels about stuttering John Melendez, but he still wanted to give her mom grandchildren.
Oh God.
I mean,
I had wiped that from my memory.
I know. Isn't it crazy? I just remember that now. That's one of the craziest things he said, and we're just like glossing over it.
Yeah.
He's just like, you know what? If you wanted grandkids, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, that was the other thing. Not only was he going to give her children, but he also did not give a fuck about those children.
I don't care. I won't pull
instantly.
out. I won't wear a condom. I
They
don't
aren't even
care.
born yet. And he already doesn't care about them.
Yeah, maybe he just wants another kid so a kid will talk to him.
See, Oscar? This kid likes me.
You know what? That is a jealous. That I wouldn't put it past
Yep.
John to be like, I'll have more kids to make the older kids jealous. What do you think of that?
Jelly.
And I'll be a great dad this time. I'll show them.
Well, let's not forget he's a Puerto Rican disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about his niece?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Lisa.
That was a great revelation. Tell him how great of an uncle I am. Well, not the past few years, though. All right, get out of here. What's wrong with you?
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Lucy, you look like you got a bit of sun this weekend. Pop that top off so we can check out those melanomas.
Yeah,
I did get a little sun.
I think it's against the terms of service of
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, where was this chat when we were behind the wall?
Yeah,
asshole?
if we were
Yeah,
just on
that's-
Shuli's network,
Let
I'd
me
say
end the
fine.
stream on our channel and then
Right.
Joe only rushes home when we pay per view. Boo, Joe.
people have to be at the airport at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
true.
poor. That's called poor planning.
Yeah, Zan.
Is it true that Skip is staying off the Dabbleverse because Asa yelled at him?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know that she yelled, but she definitely gave him the ultimatum.
John's not allowed to play on the internet anymore because of his mom. That is a fact, Jack.
And if he does go on the internet, he has to have his daddies with him, Brian and Richard Ojeda.
Right.
And
Right.
there's-
She likes that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
Why don't you just talk about the Trump? Why you got to talk about the Dabbleverse?
Talk to the little angry one. I like him.
Yeah. Like you
He's, he's always curb stomping. I like him. He's got spunk.
You got crazy eyes. I can't wait till Kate records him at the. All right, let's throw it around the
All right,
room.
let's go.
Let's throw it around the horn, as the
Yep.
late great Jay Thomas would say.
Yeah.
Do you think there will be a third series of tapes? Carl.
Of course they will.
Unbelievable.
John is a boob. He's such an idiot. And he is in love with this girl. The fact that he called the FBI on her thrice, trying to get her life destroyed. Like, he wanted her life destroyed.
Yeah.
Thrown in prison, federal prison. No coming.
That's
She's
right.
trying to be an attorney. No one's coming back from that.
He went to the FBI. I forgot.
Yeah. And then fell in love with her after that. Do you know how easy it would be for Kate to just come back again and be like, John, Shirley's an asshole.
Yeah.
I think he stole some of the stuff off my computer. I didn't mean to
You're
do
right.
A
this."
VPN.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. All she was doing was like throw out a term. Yeah, he had a VPN or an RFID or I don't know. There was something.
I didn't know that. Okay.
It's so funny because yeah, in my head I'm thinking, is he that stupid? But
Yes.
then you bringing that up, I'm saying it's so easy.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes,
Well,
he's that stupid.
He'll call her because he's mad, and he'll start to be angry at her, but she'll start talking and giggling,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I guess it's all right.
I'm wearing panties.
What?
What?
Are they black like in that photo with your head cut off?
Oh, that was what I like. Kate, that picture of you with your head cut off, that's you, right? Yep.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Why don't you have your face in the photo?
That was great when he goes, why'd you cut your head off? And she goes, I didn't want it being released. And he goes, well, I didn't send that one out.
Not that one.
That's the other thing. This girl, he
We
sent
still
it
going
out.
around the horn. I feel like I'm the only one who
Oh,
answered your question.
sorry.
I feel bad.
I think your answer made me agree. Yes, there
Okay.
can be a tape 3. I
Mike-
was thinking no.
100%.
Mike Morris, you think
100%.
season
Yeah.
3's
Well,
bound?
it's probably if it hasn't started already,
Mm.
it'll be within the next day or two.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think 100% we're getting season 3. And the reason that I think that is, we talked a little bit about this. I am struggling to understand after she put in this much time commitment, after she did such a great job, I'm struggling to understand why season 2 ended. So I feel like season 3 has to be coming. And again, he's too stupid to figure it out.
I mean, creators, when they're done with their creation, move
Yeah.
on to the next one.
Well, there's also an opportunity here for like season 3 could be a new main character. A lot of times shows evolve from season to season.
Wait a
And we
minute.
saw FKA Mammy
Uh-oh.
hang out with them, get into his house. There's a lot of other women in the Dabbleverse.
Right.
Yeah, Mammy, get some
There
training.
are.
Get some training from Kate.
There's a few.
I mean,
There's a few
record-
good-looking girls in the Dabbleverse. Some of them are here right now. Zen.
Yeah. Well, yeah. a new-
Stand up, frog.
And so
Sorry.
I'm interested to see, like, could somebody else potentially get flirtatious? Yeah, there you go.
Hey, girl.
Could somebody else get flirtatious with John?
Anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone. It doesn't. You don't have to pass a course. You don't have to be trained.
No, here's the training right here. You're not recording me, are you?
Right.
No.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
You're in.
Here's how you get in. You ready? You're so funny.
You're so
You're
funny.
in. Done.
Oh, that was hilarious too. When he is asking her what she likes in a guy, she's like, I like a guy who's not too tall,
Oh.
whose hair is great, who's very funny. It's like,
no
check,
blonde.
check, check.
Yep.
That's all me.
And the other great thing is,
I think a guy who's not too tall. Sorry, Shirley. No chick has ever said that.
no, but I love just how much she laughed in his face.
Yes,
Right.
These
it's a
tapes,
lot of that.
A lot of it. And one of the one of the great parts is he goes, "I put my face in that app, and with that attractive app, and it says not attractive." And she just starts laughing in his face. And then he's right away. He's like, "No, it was a joke. It was a joke."
Hey, Kate, hot or not? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Because he's drunk and he's just bad. He goes, "I put my picture in that hot or not app, and it says not attractive." And she losing goes, "No, that was a joke. That was Kate." Yeah, so much stuff, man.
Fun weekend.
Yes. Thanks to you guys, man. We really, really appreciate all of you supporting us, especially the executive producers. One more time, man. Let's thank them. South Jersey Jim, DJ Q, Dr. Steve, The Smoking Lesbo, Mint Salad, Tim McD, Takedown DDT, Jad Allen, The Professor, Andrew Butcher, Don from Chicago. Don?
Dan?
Is Don on the phone? Rumpled Trenchcoat, KJ, JMax 479, and Quincy Magoo. Thank you to
You were muted. Can you read that again?
No, I can't. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to everybody who purchased the stream this weekend, and thank you to this amazing team. These just amazing work. Paulino killed it.
Kate Puppet.
Kate
A
Puppet.
close second.
Yeah. Thank you to the people over at Stevie Tomatoes for allowing us to come and hang.
Yep.
Shout out to the boys and to the girls, Jenny Jingles, Missy B, Kaylee, all the ladies. Thank you to Andy for the Simpsons trivia game. And thank you to everyone out there. Thank you. And we'll see you guys, I don't know, a couple days. We got to get home,
Yeah.
you know?
There's going to be some travel time.
Right. But we love you guys. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye.
Gagia.